And good evening, New Mexico. If you're thinking you're looking at another example of Albuquerque's homeless crisis, you're wrong. This is downtown Portland, Oregon. But yes, it looks similar to what we see on countless corners here every day. In fact, the epidemic is getting worse in many major U.S. cities. Tents and trash all along the sidewalks and in abandoned lots. So why are we showing you the situation in Portland? Because it's at the center of a U.S. Supreme Court case that could have ramifications nationwide.
In fact, that case surrounds a town 4 hours south of Portland called Grants Pass, Oregon. The case is Grants Pass versus Johnson, and it is a case that could change how cities like Grants Pass, Portland, and maybe even Albuquerque deal with the issue of homelessness. Right now, a Grants Pass ordinance bans sleeping or camping on publicly owned property, including sidewalks, streets, bridges, and city parks.
They've started putting in some pretty extreme measures that make it literally impossible to be homeless in Grants Pass without getting increasing fines and then eventually getting kicked out of parks, which then leads to jail time.
But what if the homeless have no other place to go? Well, that's the very question protesters asked outside the U.S. Supreme Court today.
SCOTUS! Now's the time! Homelessness is not a crime! We won't be silent anymore.
Well, tonight the issue is not whether the rate of homelessness is a problem. I mean, clearly it is. But now we have to ask, how do we handle it? New Mexico has its own still undecided state Supreme Court case regarding homelessness.
Now, that case was set to go back to court in August, but it's been delayed indefinitely. An attorney tells me it's partly because we're still waiting on the results of that Grants Pass Supreme Court case to take shape. The situation here, though, is a little bit different. It's over confiscating property at homeless camps, how it should be done, and also how much notice is necessary. You might remember there was a pretty huge sweep at Coronado Park. That's been almost 2 years since that happened. Last November, a judge put a temporary pause on those types of sweeps here in Albuquerque, but the issue isn't finalized. This case now in the U.S. Supreme Court is not considering the issue of search and seizure, so whatever happens there won't completely determine what happens in the case here.
In New Mexico, however, our case, are brought under the New Mexico Constitution. And though whatever the outcome is in Grants Pass may be informative, it is not determinative of our claims.
That was Laura Schauer-Ives, an attorney who works alongside the ACLU, which brought the case here in New Mexico. But what else did she say about the issue of essentially criminalizing homelessness? Well,
the big issue for the ACLU here and really across the country has been that idea that there simply aren't enough shelter beds. So mathematically, you're going to have people camping in parks and streets and sidewalks. She pointed out the West Side Emergency Shelter would not be able to house every unhoused person if they all came in on a single evening. But Mayor Tim Keller has refuted that notion before, including at a news conference back in January during a cold stretch ahead of a cold night when he said that everyone who wants shelter of some kind can get it. But the ACLU has always really pushed back against that notion.
And so to criminalize their existence when there is no other option does seem cruel and unusual to me. And I would hope that, whatever the U.S. Supreme Court does, that the New Mexico Supreme Court would see our constitutional protections differently.
On the other side of the debate, the attorney representing Grants Pass laid out the case why that city and many others want this ban to take effect, saying, quote, cities are struggling to apply arbitrary shifting standards in the field. Without the court's intervention, cities will be forced to surrender their public spaces. But others say the cost of enforcement will eventually outweigh any benefits.
I mean, you end up kicking the can down the road or spending a whole lot of money to put people in jail for being poor.
There's some other potential regulations that would include things like panhandling that are set to come up in July in the special session here in New Mexico. That effort didn't go anywhere during the regular session, even with the governor's full support.
Yeah, it's framed as a public safety initiative, getting people off our medians to keep them out of danger. Now, the city of Albuquerque's idea of a one-stop shop for all homeless services is the Gateway Center, but we are still a ways off from it being fully open. You see, right now, there are still just 50 beds available only for women. Recently, though, we told you about the city getting grant money to add a sobering center to the facility, and that would really help take the burden off local emergency rooms, even our jail.
Looking at 50 beds a day, 365 days a year. That's over 17,000 individuals who could be diverted from costly care at emergency centers, hospitals, ERs. And not only that, it supports our first responders in having an alternative place to take individuals that aren't just a hospital.
The federal government gave the city more than $4 million for that sobering center. City leaders are supposed to decide who will actually operate it by mid-May. Now, of course, we'll be following all the outcomes of those court cases we just mentioned.
You can catch up on all of our previous reporting on the homeless crisis on our website, KOB.com.